Okay, Stephen Key here. Thank you for coming back to inventRightTV. Today, I want to talk about filing intellectual property, such as a patent. And I want you to file, if you've got a great idea, in my opinion, and I'm not giving legal advice, I think you should consider filing a provisional patent application. It's easy to do. You can either do it yourself or you could hire a patent attorney or a patent agent. But whatever you do, you need to gather the right information together. So when you do file, it has value in the marketplace. Because I see a lot of patents and I see a lot of provisional patent applications that just don't have value. You see 97%, that figure could be a little low, could be a little high, but 97% of all patents that get issued never recoup the cost it takes to file them. And they're really expensive too. So what's the conclusion? Well, they're basically worthless. So in this video here, we're going to talk about how to bring all the information together so when you do file that provisional patent application, it has value. Why? What a novel idea. No one's going to help you do this. Your patent attorney, your patent agent, it's not going to help you do this. You have to do it yourself. Okay, the first thing I want you to do is this. You must do a market analysis. I call it study the marketplace. That's right. You want to look on the internet, do a Google image search, and look far and wide to see if you can find anything that's even similar to your idea. And if you're lucky, you're going to find stuff that's similar. That's not a bad thing. What you're doing is really determining your point of difference. There you go. Now, there's going to be a lot of similar products out there, I'm sure, and that's okay. But if you're going to determine if you have a marketable product, you have to have a point of difference. That's why you study the marketplace and make sure you know all the other products out there in the universe. And you know that you have something that's unique and you have a point of difference. Second thing, doing a prior art search. Really, prior patents is what I'm concerned about. And you can do that going through Google Patents. You can go to USPTO. I prefer to start with Google Patents first. It's easy. But if you're one of those guys that really want to dig in deeper, go to USPTO, dig around, learn how to do it, take a couple classes, have fun, and look at prior art, prior patents. Why? Two things. You need to know your point of difference compared to patents that have been filed. Because if you find a patent that's out there that's too similar to your idea, it could create some problems. So you really want to do a very thorough search. You could hire a third party to do it, which is not a bad idea, but learn how to do it yourself in addition to hire somebody. You need to be the expert. No one's going to look as long and as hard as you are. But realize you cannot find everything. It's impossible. So don't get too wigged out about it, right? But do a good job. The point I'm making here, this very first step to create intellectual property that has value, is to really understand your point of difference. Once you get that point of difference down, it's going to be easy to write about it, to even discuss it. If anybody even brings it up, you know there's prior art, you can talk about it, and you can use your point of difference as a selling tool. Very, very critical. Okay, number two. Prototype. If you're going to file intellectual property, a provisional patent application, you better build a prototype. That's the time to build one. And the reason why, you want to know what works, but you want to know what does not work. You want to play with all variations. You want to find ways to work around what you have. You basically are trying to steal it from yourself. That's right. You want to know all the different ways someone could work around your invention, and you want to put that in your provisional patent application to make it real broad as well. Make it as narrow and broad. A provisional patent application, in my opinion, I'm not giving legal advice here, you guys. I'm giving business advice. It's like chicken soup. You want to put a lot of stuff in there because there's some stuff you might use later that has value. So that being said, build that prototype, play with it, understand it. And if you have any questions about some technical aspects of it, hire an engineer, either mechanical, electrical, who knows. Hire one, have them sign a an NDA, a work for hire agreement, excuse me, to make sure they have no co-ownership, and ask them some questions. That information is really important. If you can also add the material that's being used, it even has more value, and make sure it's broad. You talk about all the different types of material that can be used, and you can even specify certain ones. It's not a bad idea. Now, the last thing is manufacturing know-how. I think most patents are worthless because you're just filing a concept. Who knows how to make it? At the end of the day, it's all about commercialization. You have to know how to make the darn thing. So I'm going to do a deep dive on how to find out how to manufacture things and put that in your provisional patent application, because that to me is the number one thing that's missing. That's why all those patents are, in my opinion, aren't worth much at all. So anyway, Stephen Key here. Thank you for watching this video. And let's go over to Stephen Key. Let's go over to InventRight so we can do a deep dive and I can dig deeper into the manufacturing know-how to add to your provisional patent application.